Hey guys, Dr. Brian Opp here from Opp Family Chiropractic right here in St. Francis, and I'm with Mike, our exercise specialist. And it's getting to be that time of year where people are going to be outside doing more work, yard work, cleaning up, flower beds, cleaning up gardens, things like that, mowing the lawn, just getting the yard ready for the summer, right? So what often happens there is people get injured because they don't train themselves over the winter. They don't do anything. So today we're going to talk about a couple of things called work capacity is the general theme. So being able to hit the ground running when the time comes for your body to be able to be ready to do all that stuff. And Mike's going to start us off with number one.
So when I think about work capacity, I like to think of it with an example like this. You had 30 bags of groceries you had to carry in from your trunk of your car. You're going to get some people where I'm making one trip and I'm carrying all 30 of those in one trip, right? That would be one end of the spectrum as far as work capacity. The other end of the spectrum would be probably nobody would do this, but make 30 trips with just one bag, right? That would be the opposite end of the spectrum as far as work capacity goes. But if we think about work capacity, we want to be able to operate within that full spectrum of things, right? So there might be some people who going up and down the stairs 30 times is going to make them really out of breath, but they could carry all 30 of those in on one trip, right?
Yes.
So that would be a maybe a gap in their work capacity, right? You want to be able to do that even if that's impractical for the example, right? And so as far as your work in the winter or in the springtime now, you might want to think about trying to do work in different ways. So sometimes maybe you're carrying the different, whatever you're carrying, your mulch bags, or
big one,
whatever you're doing, right?
Potting soil, wherever it is.
So maybe, sometimes you can, carry all of them at once, load up your wheelbarrow, carry all of them at once, but sometimes maybe make a couple more trips, right? It almost gives a certain rest to your system, changing the activity and the load and the activity, if you will.
Awesome. So, those are great ideas, right? Often, a lot of people are using some kind of wheelbarrow, some kind of gardening, wheelbarrow that we'll use often that you'll see around. So it's a great way to be able to improve work capacity. So during some other times of the year, look to do some similar things like that. So great ideas for being able to improve your ability to do the yard work without having any kind of injury occur or just, general fatigue that really sets you back so you can't do it. So, all right, number two.
So number two, and you had kind of touched on this earlier, would be trying to stay fit throughout the wintertime, right? So if you're kind of, just inside throughout the wintertime, kind of being sedentary, right? Then you go into the springtime and now you want to hit the ground running. That's where you're going to run into a lot of issues a lot of times. And so, when it's warmer, you get a lot of your physical activity, your exercise from doing the gardening, the yard work, and whatever else that you actually like to do. You might come in and do some other work to prepare yourself for that throughout the winter time, right? And so things like farmer's carries, going on a bike, any sort of aerobic exercise machine, right? A rower, whatever the case is. All this can improve your general work capacity and make you able and ready to hit the ground running once the spring comes around.
Yeah. Health isn't done by months, right? It's done throughout the whole year. So staying in shape so that you can do things that you want to do throughout the rest of your life. We always encourage our patients to do some type of exercise, whether it's in the gym, whether it's something they do at home. We definitely want to keep them active throughout that. That's one of our big philosophies here is having people build muscle so that they can have a healthy life even into retirement. So you're not having someone that you have to rely on to do things. So staying in great fitness or in general fitness throughout your year will help you do things much easier for the rest of your life. Guys, these are great tips. We hope that you have a wonderful spring with all the projects that you have in your head already. Reach out to us. We can definitely be of help with getting you some exercises to do, setting time up with Mike to be strong through your whole year with some personal training sessions. We can be that guide for you, right? So, guys, Dr. Brian Opp here with Mike. Hoping you have a great spring. Thanks, guys.